All right, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the video. Now let's talk about what we saw. So we saw the Factor Fib Showdown. And I know some of you are probably saying, Frank, you weren't using facts, you were using opinions. Well, that may be your opinion. But it came with a purpose, and I kind of, hopefully I wrapped it, I came full circle with those kids. For those of you that were wondering what pictures I was showing, these were the pictures. Carol Baskin, that was a fact. She fed her husband to tigers. Whataburger is in fact better than In-N-Out. You can breathe with your tongue sticking out through your nose, and you saw the kids did try it, and they were obviously laughing and having fun. So it was a good thing. Let's talk about some of the strategies that I used and some of the things that worked well, I thought. And these are some things that can be implemented into your classroom. By the way, before we get off the Factor Fib, I know the Factor Fib wasn't content specific, but this would be a great way to introduce the method. And then that way you get kids a little excited about it. There's a little bit of buy-in. And then now you can use it for any specific content, whatever content you want to. But this is a great way, I think, to introduce it, to get some buy-in from the kids, to get the kids a little motivated, to get them excited, and you could see they were engaged. So I think this is a good method to use, and now once they've gotten the hang of it, now we can use it for content-specific stuff. So one of the first things I did was I had the kids cover up their cameras, and I surveyed them. So I was asking who show your face, take your hand off the camera to show your face if you are going into whatever grade. So this would be a great way, a great technique to use. Just if you are having kids, maybe you're asking questions like who feels strongly about the content, who doesn't feel strongly about the content, and it's almost kind of like a put your heads down and let's vote on this thing, like we used to do in the classroom. So everybody close your eyes and stick your hand up if you think this is whatever it is that you think. So this is a great way to do that. I could see this being used in a variety of ways during a virtual setting. The second thing that I did was checking for materials. So that way, you want to make sure that everybody has what they need. You can see the kids. I mean, going back to the basics, you can see the kids were in a variety of settings. And this young man up here, he was in his bed, and we asked him if he could find a better place, and at that point he was kind of stuck there. So because that's the way the room was set up and where the computer was. So those are things you're going to run into. But doing a materials check, making sure everybody has that stuff. That they need, and then maybe giving a minute or two for them to find whatever it is that they need. But it can't be done consistently. That expectation has to be set, and make sure you have your materials. What else did we do? Oh, checking for understanding with visual cues. So visual cues are a great way to make sure that we can see these things. It's not asking a whole class, does everybody understand? And the whole class says yes. That may be a limited practice virtually now. So giving some sort of virtual cue, yes, I got it, or we can do yes, just different things that we can work on. Maybe we can use American Sign Language. I got Y. Did you understand it? Yes, I'm going to put a Y up. Did you not understand it? I'm going to put a no. This is an N in American Sign Language, so this is a no. So maybe just little visual cues like that. And as a teacher, you were able to kind of scan the whole grid of students and get an idea. So I think visual cues are different, and we can have fun with it. And you can see later on, we did. We'll talk about that in a second. Incorporating the chat feature, and I love this. This is huge for me because you can include key terms in the chat. You can include instructions in the chat. So if a kid misses something, they're able to go back to something. It's almost like using your whiteboard in class. You put down the key terms, you put down the instructions, you put down anything that you would want the kids to know there in the chat. Kids are also able to interact with the chat. They can ask questions through the chat. They can answer each other's questions through the chat. So you kind of want to monitor that a little bit and use it constructively, set your expectations for that chat. So that way you're not having sidebar conversations through the chat. But this is a definite way. I put down fact or fib just in case they were having trouble with the spellings. And then I put the answers to our little fact or fib showdown there. So this could be used to your advantage as well. And then finally, the visual cues for decision making. So I asked the kids if they thought that there were only facts or fibs included in our fact or fib showdown, that they would give us the people's eyebrow. That was a tough one for them to do. That's a tough one for me to do. But if they thought that I had included opinions, they would do the John Cena, you can't see me. So the kids, now it becomes fun for the kids, and look, nobody's sad over here. Nobody's nobody's upset that they have to do the John Cena. But it was a way for kids to be able to make a decision, and you are seeing some sort of fun, interactive way for them to express whatever it was that they wanted to do. So I picked John Cena. I picked wrestling because you're hitting a good chunk of the kids. Maybe you can do a dance. Maybe you can do a variety of dance moves. I only had 2 choices. Maybe you bump it up to 3 choices. So maybe you're having kids doing, I don't know, they're raising the roof, or they're doing some sort of hand pump, something or other, to make the kids to show them that they now we're making the learning a little bit more kinesthetic, and they can get involved. So I hope that this helps. I hope there's a couple things that you saw, not only in the Fact or Fib Showdown, but as well as some of the techniques, some of the management things that I put on display throughout the PD. These kids were a great help, and we were able to kind of see what things could work, what possible issues we could run into. And I think as part of it, as going into this as a teacher, you have to understand that some of these things are going to happen, and you may not be prepared for all of them, but to understand that it's going to be a process early on, and those first couple weeks, those first couple days can be a struggle. But we overcame in marking period 4, and we're going to do the same again now. So we are really on this journey together to reinvent education, and it's going to be a blast. There's going to be some highs, there's going to be some lows, and we're going to find out some new things. But I know we can make it happen. So thanks for watching this PD. Stay tuned, or look out for the other PDs that will be available from IOs. I have a couple more that I'm working on. So thank you again, and good luck.